Welcome, welcome, our delightful guest. And to those of you who are watching us from all across Africa and all across the world, welcome to the Tony Elumelu Foundation 2024 selection announcement. Thank you. First, I'm going to be introducing our partners, Ernst & Young Consultants, who have worked with us to transparently and fairly select over 1,000 entrepreneurs today who will be announced as our 2024 TF beneficiaries. Now, without much further ado, I'd like to welcome Dami Aloba, partner at Ernst & Young.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and let me stand on existing protocols, and let me also recognize the presence of the founder, Mr. Tony Elumelu, and all the team that has worked so hard in putting this together over the years. Thank you very much. Please, can you help with the presentation? Okay, great. So, sorry, just changing. Okay, great. It's very far away though. So the Tony Elumelu Foundation was founded in 2010 by Mr. Tony Elumelu, who is the leading champion in entrepreneurship in Africa. His objective is really to empower women and men across Africa, and in order to catalyze economic growth, driving poverty eradication, and also ensuring job creation. Since the launch of this program, the Tony Elumelu Foundation Entrepreneurship, in January 2015, the foundation has supported over 20 African entrepreneurs across 54 African countries, and thus we're here today to witness another edition of the program. I think that deserves a round of applause. So the Tony Elumelu Foundation appointed EY to review the 2024 applications, and thus we looked at, we shortlisted a couple of participants, which I'll mention in a few minutes. So the total applications reviewed were 1,485 from Nigeria, while we reviewed 240 from Benin Republic, and 825 from the rest of Africa. Of course, this went through a very rigorous process, wherein we set a criteria in which that selection was done. And one of that is ensuring that we looked at the feasibility of each of the business plans of what the entrepreneurs presented. We looked at the market opportunity to be sure that there's indeed an opportunity. We looked at the financial understanding of all the entrepreneurs. We looked at the scalability of their businesses. And thus, lastly, we looked at their leadership and entrepreneurship skills. So in a nutshell, these 5 key criteria were used in evaluating all the participants, and which out of all those that were reviewed, we came up with a shortlist of about 590 from Nigeria. Let's give a round of applause. 109 from Benin Republic, Another round of applause. And lastly, 405 from the rest of Africa. So how did we get here in terms of the review methodology that was adopted? So we used a pre-assessment, we went through a pre-assessment phase, and then a review phase, and then the post-assessment phase. So for the pre-assessment phase, we validated the scope of what was going to be done, and also set expectations with the Tony Elumelu Foundation team in order to ascertain what were the clear requirements and the expectations from the entire exercise. So we validated the minimum requirements as well that we wanted to use in evaluating all the participants. And lastly, we validated the scoring criteria and the weights that goes into each of the reviews that were done. And we came up with a detailed scoring methodology which was used in the entire process. The second was the review phase itself, where we used the first level review through the initial scoring by the Tony Elumelu Foundation enumerators themselves, and then the second level went through scoring by the EY reviewers. So you can see the first level through an initial process through the TEF enumerators. The second was scoring by the EY reviewers, and the third was a validation of the scores or review of those scores by our quality assurance team, which ensured that anything was not bypassed. And indeed, this cleaned out any issues around duplication, any false applications, any fake applications, and all whatnot. And then we came up with a scoring sheet to determine, the final list of applications. And then post-assessment, we came up with a short list of applicants, and then we drew up a summary of all the applications using a summary of the criteria, the methodology, and the results. And here we are. We're going to go through the evaluation methodology. Wow, this is really faint for me. I'm struggling to see it. Sorry? Okay. Sorry if you don't mind. Let me just... apologies. I'm struggling to see the screen, really.
And please, can we turn off our phones? At least the ringer should be low.
Okay, thank you. Apologies once again. So the application to participate in the Tony Elumelu Foundation program for 2024 was done through a list of criteria, like I said earlier on, but most importantly, the selection process, whereby we had to train the first level of enumerators to define what the selection criteria was, and then that first level scoring was done effectively by the enumerators, and then we determined applications to be reviewed based on average score per country. So we came by to arrive at average score per each country that we received applications from. And then the first level evaluation of applications was done by EY, where we applied our scoring criteria using those 5 broad criteria: feasibility, market opportunity, financial understanding, scalability, leadership, and entrepreneurship skills. And the second level evaluation of shortlisted applications was also carried out based on the criteria that was set, and also business, what you call the business, TEF business acumen. And then we came up with a summary of the results. Now, what does this methodology really entail once again? Feasibility really means how unique your business proposal is, or your business plan is, how unique it is, how original it is, how innovative, how it can create jobs or wealth, and how commercially viable it is. And that attracts a score of 20% out of the entire 100%. Secondly, there's the market opportunity criteria, which also means that we need to understand how clear whether the market opportunity is clear, and how the applicant was able to demonstrate understanding of the market and the customers, competitive landscape, as well as the regulatory landscape. And that has a score of 25% of the entire 100%. So the financial understanding criteria has a score of 10%, which really means to demonstrate basic financial understanding of revenue streams, costs, drivers, and also the financing needs of the entrepreneur. Scalability, which has the highest score of 30%, is really to determine the potential to replicate that business across your society, your community, your nation, or even the continent as a whole. And then the last is the leadership and entrepreneurial skills, with a score of 15% of the 100%, is really to show the passion that the entrepreneur has, the commitment, previous accomplishments with respect to mobilizing people or resources, the experience he has both from a business standpoint and also from a technical standpoint. So we looked at the grading system, and this we had to adopt a very strategic approach to it, whereby Nigeria had a grading system of its own, knowing that the level of sophistication of a typical Nigerian entrepreneur versus other entrepreneurs across the other parts of the continent. So poor really for Nigeria is a score of between 0 to 25%. Good is 26 to 50%. Very good is 51 to 75%. And excellent is 76 to 100%. And then when you look at the rest of Africa, we had a scoring of 0 to 19% for poor, 20 to 50% for good, 51 to 75% for very good, and excellent 76 to 100%. The difference there is the poor category, which is for Nigeria is 0 to 25, for the rest of Africa is 0 to 19. So we try to, and also on the part of the good, 26 to 50 for Nigeria, and 20 to 50 for the rest of Africa. So what were the results? I'm sure everyone is really waiting to hear this. So 17,844 applications were submitted to us for review, and indeed over 35,000 applications were received. I think that deserves a round of applause. 35,000 is no small number, but you know, out of that 35,000 plus, there was a rigorous review, which scaled down the number to 17,884, which was submitted to us early March. And then of that number, 3,460 applications went through the first level screening by the TEF enumerators. And after that, we then got 2,115 applications, which then went through our own review process. Now, to that extent, we got to now we moved to the next level which is really to show you the demographics, the gender, the countries, the areas where these applicants came from. So from a gender standpoint, about 716 of them, the selected participants were male, while that's 65% of the entire lot, while 35% were female applicants. On the other hand, from a country standpoint, Nigeria, of course, attracted a major part of the shortlist, which is 53%. You have Benin, 10%, and the rest of Africa, 37%. Now, if you look at from an industry standpoint, most of the participants were focused on agriculture or agribusiness, which formed the largest chunk of the successful applicants. And then that's 381. And then IT, information technology, 133. So 133. Sorry, my eyes just. And then beauty and fashion had 118. And let me just limit. I'm sure you can all see the breakdown. So we went further to analyze each of the countries, and this is really to show how rigorous the process was, to show you that a lot of all these countries were represented. A lot of applications. You can see Algeria, 1 applicant, Angola, 5, Benin, 109. As I said earlier on, Nigeria had the largest, 590. And this really is a sign that the TF program is quite rigorous and comprehensive. That deserves a round of applause. From a regional standpoint, you can see the regional breakdown of all the participants and the shortlist. Almost 70% from the west, almost 1% from the north, that's 4.1% from the southern part of Africa. Central around 4.5%, and the East 21.1%. I think at this point, I'd like to draw my presentation to a close. Thank you very much for listening, and thank you for the opportunity to work with you on this program.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Dami. I think that the fact that our 2024 cohort has representation from all 54 African countries, this is truly a Pan-African program. And secondly, the 17,000 that were submitted to EY were after 2 reviews from our platform TF Connect. So we had over 150,000 applications across Africa in 1 year. And so we had to do several stages of transparent reviews to get the topmost 17,000 applications that went to EY for review. Now, I'd like to welcome someone who is very dear to all of us in this room, our founder, Mr. Tony O. Elumelu, CFR, who will give us a short keynote address and interaction with the audience.
Good morning, everyone. It's, consultants, they do it with numbers. I welcome you all to this event. Today, I'm +1. And for my family and I, we thought there's no better way of celebrating my birthday than announcing the selection of the 2024 Tony Elumelu Foundation Entrepreneurship program, Beneficiaries. Over 1,000 beneficiaries, 1,104 as you heard from our presenter partner from EY. EY is Ernst & Young. These 1,104 young men and women from 54 African countries will each receive a non-refundable $5,000 seed capital. We believe in spreading luck. We believe in democratizing luck. We believe in spreading prosperity. And we think that the easiest way to spread prosperity in Africa is by identifying our young ones, encouraging them, and helping them to start their own businesses. This is why we have done this. Aula and I started this journey over 10 years ago. We sought to democratize luck and improve lives. And we're happy with the results we're seeing today. To date, over 20,000 young men and women from across Africa have received over $100 million in support of their program. We are happy to see our young ones progressing. We are happy that what we started alone as Tony Elumelu Foundation, we have been able to identify and partner with other global institutions. So today is a day of impact, a day of gratitude, and most importantly, a day of reflection. For me, because God has been kind in so many ways to me. My family and I do what we do, not from the abundance of wealth, but just a realization that poverty anywhere is a threat to us everywhere, and that we cannot live alone in prosperity. So I'm happy that today we continue to spread that prosperity, not just in Nigeria, not just in our family, but in all 54 African countries. I am indeed happy that in our lifetime we are able to impart the next generation. Thank you very much.
On stage. I'm calling some people for questions. Yes. So I'm returning the chairman to the stage.
Okay. I'm told that some people want to ask some questions. So.
Yeah, okay, great. All right, like I said earlier, my name is Kenneth Ibomo from CNBC Africa. It's a very interesting initiative here. I followed from the beginning. Spoken to quite a number of the CEOs who have led this initiative from inception up until date. And I'd like to talk about the impact of people on people that this program has had and what's next after the 10 years.
I think to date, first, we have supported or given non-refundable seed capital of over $5,000 to each of the over 20,000 beneficiaries. And these people have gone on to create over 400,000 jobs across Africa. They have in revenue, because we track, for us, what gets measured gets done. So we track how the beneficiaries are succeeding and how they're impacting humanity, society, and their communities. They have generated over $1.2 billion in revenue in their businesses. All have not succeeded. All have not succeeded, but we did tell ourselves from the onset, it is not about 100% success. But let's, even if 40, 50% of our beneficiaries succeed, let's, through them, help to eradicate poverty, but more importantly, show others. Because we are trying to crowd in others in this space of entrepreneurship. We are trying to encourage other successful Africans and global institutions and citizens that in the 21st century, there's a better way to give, a better way to develop Africa than just aid. So what we are doing If you ask for the impact, as you did ask, is we've created jobs, we've grown businesses, but most importantly, we've shone the light. We're telling people that Africa, our young ones need support, they need mentors, they need financial capital to help them start their businesses, and that collectively all of us can help develop Africa in a manner that is truly sustainable in the 21st century, rather than just giving aid. Thank you. What next? Okay. What next? Let's say that this is just phase one, and we're just getting started. Because unless and until we eradicate poverty in Africa, by Africans leading and showing the way, we cannot stop. We have over 1.2 billion people in Africa. Poverty level on our continent is very high. Our young ones, over 60%, we need to create jobs for them. We need them to be empowered to even create their own jobs also. And that is why we do what we do at the Tony Elumelu Foundation. So we're just getting started. We aspire to magnify our scale and impact. We want to do more. And we're thinking of forming a coalition for African entrepreneurs that will touch more lives. You heard, over 150,000 people applied. We're taking only 1,000. We're not really spreading luck by that. So the other 149,000, they have been disappointed. My heart bleeds when this happens. We wish we had more resources, but we're limited by the resources we have. So we're thinking of launching a coalition, global coalition, to prioritize young Africans. In Europe, after the Second World War, the Marshall Plan was put in place to help develop Europe. In the 21st century, we want to see our own Marshall Plan. But in this case, not a Marshall Plan, but a coalition for African entrepreneurs to help touch more lives, to help democratize luck, and to help create further prosperity on our continent. Thank you.
Congratulations, sir.
Okay.
My name is Babajide Komolafe from Vanguard newspaper.
Vanguard, oh, where nice name, Vanguard.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I want to congratulate you for these 10 years. But I want to ask, during these 10 years, what have you had to adjust in the way the program is administered? In other words, what are the improvements in processes of determining who is selected and not? You kind of alluded to it, but I want to ask it. All the money that you have put into this program the last 10 years, is everything from your family, or you have been able to attract from other sources? Lastly, sir, I was expecting today that during these 10 years of all the people that passed through the program, we will have probably an example or two of one of those who have, from the micro, have probably become. Okay, thank you, sir.
All right, so let me answer the question. First, we believe in continuous improvement. And so we do so in everything. From workplace, our businesses we run, to the philanthropy, the Tony Elumelu Foundation. When we started, we didn't have TF Connect. TF Connect is the biggest digital platform for African entrepreneurs. It connects all African entrepreneurs. Over a million young African entrepreneurs interact on that platform. That's one of the things we've done. We have moved from Accenture to when they left Nigeria to now working with EY. That's also under improvement. We believe in validating what we do. We believe in making sure that you don't get selected because you're an Elumelu or a Somachi's nephew or niece. We just want to make it so the transparency has gotten better and better and better. We owe it to ourselves. It's our resources, but we just believe that if we're democratizing luck, we need to do it in a manner that gives luck truly to everyone, irrespective of who you are, your background, where you come from, etc., all across Africa. The second question about the amount, whether it's all family funded, the $100 million commitment is 100% family. But in addition to that, we also have partnerships like European Union, DEG, Google, AFDB and co. So that is why I talk about the coalition. We're experimenting the coalition we want to launch. We want to launch big coalition. I want to stand here soon to announce 100,000 beneficiaries and not 1,000 beneficiaries. And for the third question you asked, I think it's been answered. Soon, I'm sure you hear from them. Next one.
My name is Friday Mokulu. I'm here invited as a mentor.
Thank you for being a mentor.
Thank you, sir. Today we hear about inclusion, exclusion, trying to bridge the gender gap. And I'm thinking, in the next 5 years, is there any intentional approach or strategy towards making the beneficiaries more like 50-50?
Okay, so how many more minutes? 2 more minutes. So let me just try and be as fast as I can be. First is we've had years that we have more female beneficiaries. 2 years back, we had 69% female, 70% female. This year is different. I just saw this 65-35. But to us, it's a transparent process. What you put in at the end, you get. So we don't believe in manipulating it. But one thing is certain. The female African entrepreneurs are rising. They are doing well. They are succeeding. And when you listen to testimonials, you see that most, anyway, I'm not against men, but our women are doing very, very, very well. Okay, let's take just 1 and 2. So we'll try and make it fast. Yes, please. If you can, please make the questions very short.
All right, good morning. And congratulations once again, sir. And happy birthday. All right, so my question is very brief. I'm also a TEF coach. And most of the time when we are online there on LinkedIn, we receive messages from users across, beyond Africa. And they ask questions on how they could also be beneficiaries of some of these impacts. And I know the vision is 54 African countries.
Correct.
And now we've completed a decade. So what is next? Is there any vision beyond Africa if it comes? Or
I think, I talked about the Marshall Plan for Europe. Let's do a Marshall Plan for Africa. But the good thing is we have Africans everywhere. But we just need to create more impact here. There's poverty in Africa. And second phase, or third phase, first then, after the significant impact in Africa, we will now maybe look at the rest of the world. We're Africa now. Yes. I'd like a lady to be the last. Any lady here that wants to? Okay, you ask, and then one of you are the. Who, you? Okay, quickly. No, the man. No, you ask. The man ask, please. After you, then we'll give to the lady.
Thank you very much, sir. My name is Olaiton Laleye. I'm also a certified mentor by.
Thank you.
Doing Ifeanyiwa tenure. Yeah, and this is a big opportunity for me to meet you, to see you one-on-one. And I see you as my virtual mentor as well. Likewise, my big brother in front, Mr. Muiwa Akinyemi, that I know right from Standard Trust Bank. What I want to say is that I know this thing started by maybe manually. Now it's now electronic, virtual training. So I really appreciate that you brought this program and it has affected. Apart from the money, you understand, the lecture, the training, the coaching. It's even more than the money, because even though if you don't have the coach, that means that money that you've been given will just be squander. You don't know how to manage it or how to scale it. So I'm looking at the environment where they have this opportunity to have to be online, to know what's going on, like the new method. What do you have for those remote area where the opportunity is not there for them to have this kind of training online?
We, in the business world, I believe some of you know, I have always said that access to electricity is critical for the development of Africa. some of these people in the rural area, why don't they have digital connection? Digital connection is because of access to electricity. So we continue in business to invest to improve access to electricity across Africa, Nigeria, starting from Nigeria. We also drive advocacy, political leaders, for us to help create, improve access to electricity so that those in rural areas can have digital connectivity, access, etc. And we're doing so. But pending that, we also have outreach programs that are helping us to do so. We have a program in the Sahel region of Africa with a UNDP to touch lives of people who don't have access to digital connection you're talking about. So we're trying to do more, but we're private sector. There's limited resources. We know all the things we can do if we had abundance of resources, but we're taking it one step at a time, and that is why we want to launch the coalition, a grand coalition for African entrepreneurs, so that those who give to help Africa develop, we're saying to them, we have our boots on the ground. We know where and how intervention in Africa can truly transform lives and become sustainable. When all of this happens, we'll touch almost everyone. But until then, one step at a time. Last year, you're the last person. Okay, I like that. Someone has eaten your cheese. Okay, go on.
My name is Princess Adeyinka Tekena.
Princess.
I am one of the first 1,000 entrepreneurs across Africa that received the 2-year foundation funding in 2015.
Wow.
I also received as a seed. Today, I built a multi-billion-dollar business.
God damn it. Multi-billion naira. Did you say multi-billion dollars or naira?
Yes.
Multi-billion dollars or naira?
Business.
No, hang on. Did you say multi-billion dollars or naira? So I can come and apply.
Yes. In 2015, when I won, I wasn't as an idea. I started a business called Happy Coffee. It's an indigenous Nigerian coffee brand. For the past 9 years, we have been sourcing locally grown coffee from the Mambila Plateau. And we have built an industry. Wow. We have continued to support the Nigerian coffee value chain. Wow. Last 2 years, I got elected as the first national president for women in coffee in Nigeria. I also lead Women in Africa for coffee. But most importantly for me today, for the person who asked, they didn't know me. I applied as a young Nigerian and I got selected. Today, I have used my $5,000 to build a brand that supports coffee. But I have 2 questions for you today, as always. Number one.
Congratulations.
And I know many young alumni would like to know, would you ever run for the office of the President of Nigeria?
Number 2.
Number two. And before I say number 2, my number 2 question, and like I shared with the foundation, my dream is to run for the office of the President of this country. So when you conceived the idea of giving young Africans seed funding and supporting our businesses, you did not know you were also funding a dream of a young Nigerian woman who wants to in the future lead the country. So for me and for other entrepreneurs today who are also your alumni, we want to know about policy, because for me, one of the reasons why entrepreneurship still drags in Africa outside of resources is policy. For example, Nigeria does not have a national policy on coffee, and that makes it hard or challenging for a business like myself to thrive as I should. Because if my business was in America, like Financial Times wrote about me in 2015 as the Starbucks copycat. Wow. The reason why my business hasn't really taken the leaps it should is because of policy. And the question is, when are we going to start sitting with African governments on the role of policy in ensuring that our businesses can thrive and compete with other businesses across the world?
Well done. Thank you. So your name, Olainka, your name?
Princess Adeyinka Tekena.
Princess Adeyinka. Princess.
The princess is a title, sir.
Okay, Adeyinka. Listen, first, congratulations. Big congratulations. We're very proud of you at Elumelu Foundation. Nigeria is proud of you, and Africa is also proud of you. Keep going. People like you are the inspiration for what we do at the Elumelu Foundation. I'm happy to see that you're succeeding from the meager $5,000 non-refundable seed capital you got. Thank you. Keep succeeding and tell yourself that failure is not an option, because your success is not just success for you, for your family, for your community, but success for all aspiring young African entrepreneurs, especially the females. So congratulations to you. And now, do I want to run for president? Let's say all of us cannot be presidents. So let's support. That's why we support those in office and sharing ideas on how we can make Nigeria and Africa a better place. We are strong on advocacy. The Tony Elumelu Foundation also supports our philosophy of Afro-capitalism, which is private sector standing up, playing your own role in helping to develop Africa, which is why we talk of the Grand Coalition for African Entrepreneurs that is going to come soon. And for your own aspiration, to become president, we support it, we pray for it to happen. Maybe you'll be the first female African president. And lastly, policy advocacy is strong for us. Each time we engage with leaders, we tell them, let's prioritize our young ones in Africa. If nations that prioritize their young ones go far, they succeed. We cannot succeed in the 21st century without prioritizing our young ones. So we identify and share with your aspirations, your concerns as young African entrepreneurs. We want to see a better operating environment so all of you can excel. I shall take your case forward. Congratulations.
Thank you, Chairman. That's it, yes. Thank you so much, Chairman. Thank you so much, Chairman. I will be running very quickly along. We have our entrepreneurs, 5 of them from across the continent, who will be sharing a minute each about what they've done with the 5,000 funding, the mentorship, the training, the coaching, the access to network, the exposure from the Tony Elumelu Foundation. I will have with me first Namata, who is a Nigerian-based entrepreneur. She's in e-commerce. She has built a business, has funded 50 businesses, as well as created jobs of 50. Namata, over to you.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
My name is Nimota Ogunyemi, and I am the founder and CEO of Zero Starter. Zero Starter is an e-commerce business that helps young people start an online business, providing resources and logistics for them to start and run this business. Prior to joining the Tony Elumelu Foundation program, I didn't know what a business plan was or how to write one. I didn't know how to pitch my business or anything like pitch tech. I didn't even hear it before there. But during the program, I learned how to develop a business plan, how to pitch my business, how to network with people, and business management. So I received the funding in 2022, and since then I have helped over 50 young people start and run an online business. Yeah. I would like to say a very big thank you to Tony Elumelu Foundation and the chairman. Thank you so much for the opportunity. It means a lot to me and other young people out there. Thank you so much and happy birthday, sir.
Well done. We have Ayodele from Benin Republic, who will be speaking in French, as that's her native language. Ayodele.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. My name is Ayodele. I'm from Benin Republic, and it's an honor to be here and see that my country is the first French African country to be selected after Nigeria. I'm the founder of Urami, who is a business that supports women living with disability. We train them in how to manage their business and also... nous formons les femmes dans l'entrepreneuriat féminin et nous les accompagnons à avoir du financement et nous travaillons avec eux pour qu'elles puissent maîtriser les lois qui régulent leur business afin qu'elles puissent accéder au financement et développer leur entreprise. De 2019 à aujourd'hui, nous avons pu accompagner plus de 18 000 femmes entrepreneurs avec un focus sur les femmes vivant avec des handicaps. Et ces femmes-là ont pu par la suite également accompagner la scolarisation de leurs enfants. À travers les $5 000 de la Fondation Tony Elumelu, nous avons pu prendre nos premiers bureaux au Bénin, ce qui a donné un cadre plus professionnel à notre business. Et aujourd'hui, nous travaillons avec des partenaires comme l'Union européenne, l'OIF, la GIZ, et nous sommes vraiment ravis d'être alumni de ce programme. Nous remercions M. Elumelu et également Mme Elumelu.
Well done, Ayodele. And we'll hear from 3 entrepreneurs from Tunisia, representing North Africa, from South Africa, representing Southern Africa, and also from Eastern Africa. Let's go.
My name is Inocentia Mahlatsi-Mamaila, the 2021 Tony Elumelu Foundation Seed Beneficiary. I am the founder of INO Biodiesel, a green energy which is 100% producing green fuel from waste cooking oil based in South Africa. We collect waste cooking oil and convert it into green fuel for a running engine construction, farm mining equipment, fleets and airplanes. The Tony Elumelu Foundation is the face and the heart of my business growth. In 2021, I was only producing 100 liters monthly. After receiving the funds, I was able to invest into the business equipment, which enabled me to ramp up the production from 100 liters to 1,000 and 4,000 liters monthly. After the hard work, the visibility and exposure of the program, I was awarded and recognized by Nomza Mombata Foundation in partnership with Hollywood Foundation, and I was able to ramp up the production from 4,000 liters to 10,000 liters monthly, which I'm currently producing 50,000 liters weekly. I am multi-international award winner. I was 2023 Web Clico finalist. I was recognized and awarded by the United Nations as Young Entrepreneur of the Year 2023 in inclusion of women, youth, young boys and girls in rural communities, in applying the power of digital technology for climate change. And currently I'm nominated for the Global Award, the Earthshot Prize by MultiChoice. To the founder and the Tony Elumelu Foundation team, all protocol observed, thank you for seeing me, for investing and believing in my idea and my business, for the impactful wise navigation, a cultural continuous learning, the business tools, the business modules, skills, in strengthening my personal and leadership skills, which I still go back to the modules today, relearn and apply those skills to my personal and business daily. Thank you so much for this wonderful and huge educational investment. To our chairman, Mr. Tony Elumelu, happy birthday. May you live long to celebrate the success of the seed you planted in us, the unsung African entrepreneur. We love you. May God multiply you as you invest in Africa. Thank you, Mr. Tony Elumelu, and happy birthday. Live long.
Hello, my name is Mohamed Dawafi. I'm from Tunisia. I'm the CEO and founder of Cubanics. We work on assistive technologies for people with disabilities. We develop bionic prosthetics that are certified, that are performant, that are really custom made, lightweight, and let's say very advanced technologically. So I was a beneficiary of the Tony Elumelu Foundation Entrepreneurship Program in 2017. It helped us build our first prototypes and start thinking bigger, as I believe the stars are the hardest part of every venture. Also the classes, the training and the visibility were really empowering for me, and I'm really grateful for that. So thank you, Mr. Tony, for your support and for the foundation. So after the program, I was able to get more funding and to build a bigger team and to structure our R&D and market positioning. We got a lot of amazing events like I'm a Forbes 30 Under 30 Middle East. I'm an MIT Tech Review Under 35 Innovators, an Obama Foundation Africa Leader, and a lot of amazing recognitions that are not the goal at the end of the day, but they are part of the recognition that helped us to go further and never give up. So happy birthday, Mr. Tony, and keep empowering Africa, and I wish everyone the best of luck. Thank you so much.
Hello, my name is Nankonde Kasonde Vandenbroek. I am the founder and CEO at Zanga African Metrics, based in Lusaka, Zambia. Zanga means to find something good or great that you've been looking for. I am a TEF alumni from 2021. At Zanga African Metrics, we use technology through our leadership assessment and HR analytics to support organizations and governments to consolidate their data about their talent and workforce. They use this information for succession planning and to make correct investments in the development of their people. The entrepreneurship program that I went through was very instrumental in my growth and my leadership as a business owner. The modules were tough, but necessary because they gave me the foundation that I'm using today to scale the business. To be honest, I didn't get in 2021. I had actually applied before, but I didn't get through. That experience exposed my gaps, and one of the gaps in particular was in financial management. I did my homework and applied again and came back. And in 2021, I was successful and received the grant of $5,000. That money was instrumental because it helped us finalize our product to go to market and actually launch our business. Since launching the business, we've been able to onboard clients in Zambia and 3 other African countries. This is because I've been able to go on to hire 6 people who are now members of the Zanga team. In addition to hiring the team, we are supporting local suppliers, and we're also contributing to our community through different initiatives. Zanga African Metrics has also been recognized since we launched the business. I have been recognized as the best female-led business in 2023 by an incubator that was organized by the government of Zambia and the government of Finland. At the same time, in 2023, we were also recognized by the Association of Business Psychology at their annual awards in the UK. In the category of innovation and bespoke assessments, we were shortlisted as finalists. Although we didn't win, we were in the same category as some of the global competitors. It was such a humbling moment as a Zambian business contributing thought leadership to the rest of the world to be recognized with these big players. I'm so proud of how far we have come, and it has been because of the foundation the program was able to support me with. As we move forward, I want to encourage and support everybody who is embarking on this journey. It is very much worthwhile. I had applied for other programs, but I wasn't able to articulate my vision as clearly and get a chance. TEF gave me a chance. And today, our business has gone on from the $5,000 to be valued at almost $1 million. Mr. Tony Elumelu, happy birthday. God bless you and your team at TEF. You are doing great things in entrepreneurs like myself. And we are then going on to do great things for our country and our continent as a contribution to the world and humanity. All the best and blessings. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. These are just 5 entrepreneurs from 20,000 across all 54 African countries. These entrepreneurs collectively have generated over 400,000 jobs across Africa and generated $2.5 billion in revenue since we started funding in 2015. I would now like to call someone very dear to me, to everyone in the room, our very precious co-founder, Dr. Awele Elumelu.
It was okay to keep the cap going. Thank you very much. So good morning, ladies and gentlemen, everyone here. And as our colleague from, I think it was Tunisia said, she stood on all protocol observed. So this has been amazing. This has been truly amazing, a really momentous occasion. It's been a wonderful journey. You know, right from the beginning, when we announced the first set 10 years ago, or at least almost 10 years ago, till now. It's filled all of us here with so much pride to see the impact of what we wanted to do, just because we wanted to democratize luck. Looking at the impact of this today has been overwhelming. But from the beginning, we've had a clear vision. We've known what we wanted to do. We wanted to eradicate poverty. We wanted to create jobs. We wanted to empower economically African men and women, and especially African women. And today, we're happy that as we announce the 10th cohort, we can say that we've had a decade of impact is what we've been saying, but someone captured it so nicely the other day, where she said, a promise fulfilled. We have indeed fulfilled a promise today. Clary, that was Clary, yes. So we've seen the beginning of new stories today, and we're all happy to hear what we've heard today. But as we round up, let me express my deepest gratitude to all of you sitting here and everyone who has joined us, who has participated since 2015. And even, this is the program when we say 2015, but the foundation predates the program. The foundation was from 2010. And so we have those that built us up from 2010, and then probably the program took off in 2015. So let me express my gratitude to each and every one of you here. Your passion, your dedication, your tireless efforts, and all that you've done to bring us to this point. It's been a long race. But let me now direct my comments to the cohorts, to the selected 10th cohort, the special number, the 10th. We've made a 10-year commitment, and we're here all standing here as we receive the 10th cohort. As Chairman said, it's not the end, so I won't say the final cohort, because we know it's a journey. Entrepreneurship is a journey. We will continue to want to empower young Africans. We will continue to do it bigger and better. But to today's 10th cohort, I want to say, as you embark on the next phase of your journey, know that you're part of a network of entrepreneurs. First of all, let me congratulate you. But know that you're a part of a network, a big network of entrepreneurs. And I want to say that you have all our support here, all of us here. We're here to support you, to cheer you, to celebrate you, to pray for you, as the chairman has very nicely said. But to those who were not selected, let me also assure you that your journey is far from over. So success in life and entrepreneurship is not linear. I think our chairman likes to say that there indeed will be ups and downs, but you have to be patient, you have to persevere. You have to work hard, and you will indeed achieve success. So let us go forth from this place with hearts full of hope, minds open to possibilities, and a commitment to making a difference in the world. Let me take this, as I make that statement, let me take this chance to appreciate the mentors, because we some of us here are employees, but I want to specifically appreciate the mentors who have dedicated themselves, given of themselves, given their time to ensure the progress and development of these young African entrepreneurs. So together, we all have the power to shape a future that is brighter and more equitable for all. Thank you all once again, and congratulations to the 10th cohort.
Thank you so much, Dr. Elumelu. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we have now announced the 2024 Tony Elumelu Foundation Entrepreneurship Program Selected Entrepreneurs. All 1,104 entrepreneurs who have been selected for 2024 have now received emails in their email box and text messages on their phones letting them know the good news. And to those who have not been selected, they've also received encouraging words, as our co-founder has said. This isn't the end of the road. We'll still have more opportunities for you. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Let us continue to reflect on impact as we also bask in gratitude for everything that we have. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Please let's move downstairs to reception for a small cocktail now. Thank you.
Over 18,000 beneficiaries who have gone on to create over 400,000 jobs across Africa.
We need to do more for women in Africa. Empower a woman, you're empowering a whole society.
The Tony Elumelu Foundation gives access to a world-class business training and seed capital.
Thanks to the Tony Elumelu Foundation Entrepreneurship Program, we've been able to structure our business and operations, but also we got the funding and financial needs to concretize it and make it happen.
This is the impact we want to achieve. The Tony Elumelu Foundation Entrepreneurship Program is sector agnostic. The only thing that is important to us is your idea. The future of Africa is in your hands.
all the directors, please kindly join them. All the directors, either of UPA,
Today, the
all the
Tony
associated
Elumelu
companies,
Foundation
kindly join them.
Entrepreneurship Program has trained over 1.5 million young African entrepreneurs.
All the directors, please kindly join them.
Nearly $100 million to over 18,000 beneficiaries who have gone on to create over 400,000 jobs across Africa.
We need to do more for women.
The photographers,
empower a woman,
backward?
empowering the whole society.
The Tony Elumelu Foundation gives access to award-class business training and seed capital.
All the entrepreneurs
Thanks to the Tony Elumelu Foundation Entrepreneurship Program, we've been able to structure our business and operations, but also we got the funding and financial needs to concretize it and make it happen.
This is the impact we want to achieve at the Tony Elumelu Foundation.
CEOs.
The Tony Elumelu
Okay, all the
Foundation
CEOs, please kindly join.
Is sector agnostic. The only thing that is important to us is your ideas. The future of Africa is in your hands.
Are you through with this?
Today, the Tony Elumelu Foundation Entrepreneurship Program has trained over 1.5 million young African entrepreneurs. We have disbursed nearly $100 million to over 18,000 beneficiaries who have gone on to create over 400,000 jobs.
You have requested for...
We need to do more for women in Africa. Empower a woman, you're empowering the whole society.
The Tony Elumelu Foundation gives access to award-class business training and seed capital.
Thanks to the Tony Elumelu Foundation Entrepreneurship Program, we've been able to structure our business and operations, but also we got the funding and financial needs to concretize it and make it happen.
Okay.
This is the impact we want to achieve at the
now,
Tony Elumelu.
Please, can we leave the stage, please? Can we leave the stage, please? All of us, for the CEOs. The CEOs, please. Sorry, man.